And good morning, everyone. Bright and early. Welcome to our first Facebook Live coming from the Sharing the Love with Young Living Essential Oils Facebook group. I'm excited to share this time with you this morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Eileen Gottlieb. I've been joyfully a member of Young Living since, oh my goodness, I think it's 1998, so it's almost 20 years. And I really, I started with essential oils and learning about them when I first started learning about vibrational healing back in 94, 95. And so they've been a part of my life for quite some time now. And what really struck me the most about them was that they don't just smell good, the ones that are therapeutic anyway, but they do have a therapeutic benefit. So we're going to just chat for just a few minutes about a couple of different things today. We're going to be doing this Facebook Live broadcast for about every other week, and because we have an international audience, we're going to be offering them in the morning one time and then in the evening the next time, to kind of alternate it out to be able to accommodate as many people's schedules and time zone differences that we possibly can. Good morning, Miss Carol. I know. First thing in the morning. Most people that know me, I am not a morning person. I mean, I'm up at 6 at the latest, but I'm not talking to people. So here we are. And so thank you for getting up this morning and being with me, Carol. I appreciate it. So this is what our time together is going to look like. And I do have some notes so that I don't forget. And I want to be concise and stick to at least a half an hour so that we're really honoring everybody's time, right? Okay. Carol, I get that you're not a morning person either. All right. So today's conversation is all about the immune system. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, we're entering into, and actually we're kind of knee deep into the cold and flu season. And although we don't directly speak about symptoms or disease process when we talk about essential oils, because it's not FDA appropriate language, big adjustment for those of us that have been involved with essential oils a long time. We never talked about them as cures, but we did like to refer to them as being wonderful to address certain symptoms. And so we are not permitted to do this anymore. So you're going to find that our conversations are going to be very much geared towards balancing different body systems. And so that is an important way of sharing it anyway. So that's how we're going to pretty much how our conversation will evolve. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to create, from a holistic perspective, a really strong immune system. Okay. All right, so because I'm a nurse and because I love to do things holistically, I always think of things from the true holistic model, and that's the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual. And because I have been utilizing vibrational healing techniques to support others' healing and my own for so many years, that's way over 20 years, I tend to look at everything energetically. So for those of you that don't know me, that are just hopping on this broadcast, just joined the group as a bunch of people did this morning, thank you so much. So that's how I tend to look at things. So hopefully it will resonate with you. Good morning, Raisy. All right, so I've got some notes in different places here. I've got some products that I wanted to show you. We'll see how this goes. All right, because I don't like to leave anything to memory. There's a lot that I know, but there's some details that I don't always hold on to, and that's what books are for and notes, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about a little bit about what essential oils are and where they come from, in case you're not familiar. It will be a brief introduction. Nothing, we're not going to go into the chemistry of anything, for sure. Talking about the holistic model, we're going to talk about how we can strengthen the immune system with things that address who we are physically, We're going to talk a little bit about the emotions and how they impact us and our immune system, how our thoughts can either support or not support our different body systems with a focus on our immune system today, and our spiritual connection. What does that mean to you? And this is an important part of who we are, but we all define it very personally, and that's the way it should be, right? Good morning, Fran. Okay, so we're going to talk about some, not just essential oils, a couple of single oils, couple of blends. Not going to overwhelm you too much, I hope, but keep in mind we are recording, and God willing, the technology guides are good to us. The recording will be available very shortly after we complete our time together, and you can listen to it as many times as you want in case you missed something. So you may want to have a piece of paper and pencil with you at this time, or a pen or something, or you can listen to it later and take notes later if you would like. All right. So let's see if I can take that out of my view here. All right, so what are essential oils? They're not just these things that smell good, as I mentioned before, which was a real shock to me. They're essentially the lifeblood of a plant. And so what they do for our bodies and how they function when we are putting ourselves in front of them or they're next to us, what happens is they're going to function in our bodies similarly to the way that they do in a plant. So what does that mean? Because their molecular structure is so similar to our blood, when we breathe an essence, when we apply an essence topically, like around our belly buttons or umbilicuses, when we take an essential oil internally, because those are the 3 different routes that we can apply essential oils. They are going to find their way into their most comfortable environment, which is our bloodstream, within minutes. Which is why it is so incredibly important that the quality of the essential oil that we choose is therapeutic grade. That there is some mechanism like Young Living has in their seed to seal process that makes sure that there's nothing adulterated in it. And it's not that someone might intend to adulterate it with a toxin, although that can happen. We're talking about organic growing practices that are out in nature. And things blow through the air, things come into the water, and you can have as many checks and balances as you can, but we live in a little bit of a toxic soup in this enclosed planet, and so sometimes there isn't an ability to control it. However, there is a way to test for it. And so Young Living, by honoring European standards, since the United States does not have its own essential oil standards, every oil that is distilled, whether it is done in this country, in our farms, or in certified partner farms around the world, they are tested for their chemical constituency, and if there is anything that essential oil that's in there, we don't use it. And so that puts my heart at rest and allows me, and I hope you, a great deal of trust that the quality of the essential oils that are used as single oils, that are used to create our essential oil blends, and that are used in our proprietary essential oil infused products. Because that's one of the beautiful things about Young Living. All of our products are infused with therapeutic grade essential oils. Okay, so that's one of the things that's really important about essential oils. So where do they come from? They come from plants. I know. It seems really obvious, but some people don't know that. But where from the plant do they come from? So I'm going to mention a few of where some of the oils we're going to talk about today, what part of the plant they come from, but really they'll come from pretty much any part of a plant. And what determines what part of the plant they come from is the therapeutic benefit that that oil from that part of the plant offers. So how do we know what that is? Well, essential oils have been used since the beginning of time almost. I'm exaggerating. They definitely go back to ancient Egyptian times when we have records in hieroglyphics in the pyramids and in the temples that talk about essential oils. My favorite is one where there is the clearing or cleansing of the evil deities. And those were the emotions that weren't really the most loving ones. And so essential oils have an incredible history. Although not in the United States, in Europe, they've been used as mainstream, especially in France, for decades. So there's a lot of historical information. There's information that talks about the energy frequencies of them, the fragrance benefit of them. So many different pieces of information that you can find out about pretty much any essential oil. And that's how they determine what part of the plant that they're going to glean the essential oil from. So some of it comes from the roots, like ginger, from the bark or twigs or those parts of it, which is one of our oils today. Frankincense is one of the examples of it coming from the sap or the resin behind the bark. Flowers, perfect examples are lavender and geranium. Let's see what else. Leaves, basil. Geranium also comes from leaves? No. Let me think. What else? Leaves. My brain. Come on. My brain isn't working. Okay, so from the rind, we have most of our citruses, like lemon and lime and tangerine and grapefruit. They're cold pressed from those. Okay, let's see, what else? Twigs, roots, flowers, stems. So from all different parts of the plant, okay? And so there's so much information out there, it's unbelievable. So just know that the oils that you get to receive in a little bottle, like my sacred frankincense that's always with me, especially when I'm doing presentations or I'm working with clients, I love to just kind of have a little whiff and just have it open, because essential oils, which is why I just leave the bottle open sometimes on my laptop, because they are very volatile. They do not require heat in order to get that essence into the air. What does volatile mean? It means they evaporate at low temperatures. So remember how we used to put little rings on top of our light bulbs? Or we used to use diffusers that had candles underneath them, a little glass dish, and we put the oil in there with a little bit of water. Don't do that with Young Living oils, please. You'll change the chemical constituency of them, which then changes the therapeutic benefit. All right, so different times. So there's all different kinds of diffusers. One of the ways that I love to do this, and we're talking about the immune system. So my beloved 92-year-old mother has been sick as a dog with an upper respiratory infection, and I can't not go and see her, right? So I was there on Sunday, and I'm always doing things to boost my immune system. But I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite little diffusers. I want to share it with you. I hope you can see this. This is called a USB orb diffuser, right? It plugs in the back. If you can see the ridge here, it opens up and it has water on the inside of it. And it uses tap water, which is really wonderful. And it'll plug into a USB port, which I have in my cigarette lighter in my car. I literally had this diffusing every time I was in the car on Sunday, no matter where I was. And I've got it on the diffuser in the house, and I put it on at night in my room. So for me, the oil that's in here is one of the oils we're going to talk about in a minute, but it's Thieves oil. So diffusing is one of the ways that we can get them in. So I want to show you how this works. Can you see that mist? I hope so. That's an intermittent little puff, or it has two settings. This is an amazing little tool. It will diffuse continuously. So it's putting the essence in the air in moisture, microfine droplets in an ultrasonic mist, and it turns off. It's a very handy tool. Great if you're, great if you're traveling. I've taken this on cruises. It's wonderful. Very lightweight. When it's empty, it's even lighter weight, obviously. So, and I have this just plugged into a USB connector into my computer. So it's wonderful to have right by your computer. And for our international community, USBs are USBs. They'll travel anywhere, which is really wonderful. All right. So let's talk about a little bit, because our time is going to go very quickly. And if you have any specific questions, please note them in the feed. And thank you, Fran. Geraniums from the leaves and the flowers. I wasn't going a little crazy there, was I? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. And good morning, Graciela. I see you here. And you love Thieves? So do I. Absolutely. It's one of my favorites. And it has to be a part of the conversation when we're talking about the immune system, because it is one of the best immune system supporters. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the physical part of us and how we can bring that into balance to support our immune system. So parts of the physical presence include the foods that we eat, getting enough rest, being well hydrated, creating an environment, not only just by the foods that we eat, by the nutritional supplements that we take, and the liquids that we drink, right, that create as alkaline, healthy alkaline, an environment inside our bodies. When we're eating in a way that we know doesn't support us, our bodies tend to get more acidic. Diseases, germs, viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites, they love acidic environments. So one of our first forms of defense that allows for a healthier interior and promotes a greater sense of health and well-being is to be conscious of what we're drinking, what we're eating, the nutritional supplements that we're intaking, that they are food-based and that they promote an alkaline environment, not an out-of-balance alkaline, but an alkaline environment that is healthy for us. So if you're looking at a pH test tape, which measures the acidity and alkalinity in our bodies, you can test your saliva or your urine. And generally, in the middle of the scale, acidic is usually a really pale yellow, and very, very alkaline is usually a really dark kind of a blue-green. And so if you gear it for the middle and a little bit towards the alkaline side, that will be a healthy way for your body to be. The best way to test it is with your saliva or your urine. It's really easy, and you can get pH test tapes or strips at any health food store. They usually carry them, or I'm probably sure you can get them online these days, right? Okay, so how do we create an alkaline environment? We can drink things like Alkaline. This is one of my favorites for especially this time of year. It is a wonderful, let me see if I can show it to you. It comes in a jar with that has a powder in it, and when you add it to water, it fizzes up. So be careful how you add it, because I've had many overflow experiences where it just kind of fizzes over, all right? This is really one of my go-tos. Your body will test alkaline in a balanced way within 20 minutes to a half an hour of taking it. So this is a really wonderful tool to take on a daily basis if you want to, or if you're feeling your body is really stressed, you can take it then. It also now comes in these little packets. Hopefully you can see that. Whoop. Hopefully you can see it, right? So this is one portion. So I'm really loving this. So in this crazy season that we're having, and because my mother is sick, I have been doing this once a day, and I've been feeling really good. So if I started feeling a little bit more stressed or a little bit tired, I would probably up it to twice a day. And I would start at a half a teaspoon. You can do up to a teaspoon a couple of times a day. You'll see what the dosing recommendations are. Go with what your gut is, and always check with your doctor if you're not sure what would serve you and what wouldn't, right? Okay, so Alkaline, lemon oil, Fabulous for bringing the body into a nice balanced alkaline state, and you can add it to your food, the lemon vitality blend, or not blend, but lemon vitality oil, or you can add it to your water. A couple of drops in your water like you would a squeezed lemon. It's just more concentrated and potent. I always like to remind people, remember this phrase, less is more. Essential oils are very potent. Unlike with herbs or with food, we need large amounts to get the nutrients from it and the benefits from it. Essential oils are potent, so less is more. So start always with less. You can always add. And apply often or intake often, because remember, they're volatile, which means that their effect on the body will be short-lived. So reapplication, whether it is taking it in a glass of water or in a non-dairy milk or with a teaspoon of Yacon syrup or something that's got a low glycemic index, whatever way you choose to do it, there's some wonderful recommendations on how you can, the different ways that you can administer essential oils. In my favorite book is the Essential Oils Desk Reference. And although it is non-compliant language and we won't be able to quote it, there's a lot of really good information in there if it's something that you feel resonates with you. And that's my personal recommendation. And there's a wonderful new app that Life Science Publishing has created that holds the content of the Essential Oils Desk Reference pocket version. Okay, let's see what else. So physical. So we didn't talk about exercise, so movement is good, getting that oxygen into the body, so taking good breaths, deep breathing is good, good rest, as well as good sleep, and let's see what else, physical, hydration, food, and I invite you to know that there's no way that we can get all the nutrients that our body needs on a cellular level with just food. So food-based nutritional supplements are what I would highly recommend. Whatever company you choose to work with, do it as organic as you can, and choose those that are food-based, because that way the body actually recognizes it, whereas they don't recognize it when it's synthetic, which is why there's so many stories of how different calcium products or other nutritional supplements are found whole in our large intestine or in our stools. Because they're not digestible, the body doesn't recognize it as a nutrient. So something to think about. Let me do a little bit of a sip here. Oh, and when you add essential oils to water or to liquid, please remember to use a glass or stainless steel container, because essential oils will leach out plastic, and you don't want to get that into your system. Our bodies are toxic enough. Okay, one of the other things that's really important on the physical level is the fact that because we live in this toxic soup, we're exposed to a lot of toxins, and our body creates a lot of free radicals. So one of the things that's really wonderful that I really like, and this is one of our nutritional supplements, Ninja Red. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Do you see how it's a different color down here than it is up here? This is all the particulate matter, all the food, the pulp and everything from all the wonderful fruits that are part of this wonderful product. This is an antioxidant drink that Young Living's had for a number of years. It comes in this form, or comes in a glass bottle. It also comes in a single dose. Let me see if I can get this so the light's not shining on it. Little packet. It's a 2-ounce packet. It's delicious. It has a very low glycemic index, and it has so many wonderful fruits in it. I want to just see if there's anything specific that I want to tell you about it in case I forget. One of the things that the antioxidants do that help us to support our immune system, anything that addresses an imbalance created by toxins supports our immune system to function better on a cellular level. Because it's all those things that put us out of balance that put our immune system out of balance, like stress. So finding ways to move through stress, however you want to do that. A lot of people like to do aerobic exercise to get their endorphins up, and that helps them to feel less stressed. Some people do meditation. It's a personal choice, however you want to do this, right? And so 2 ounces a day, you can drink it either neat, meaning just by itself. I like to do it in my protein shake. Just mix everything up. Do it all at one time. It's just easier. You can put it over a glass of ice and have it as a drink. And you can add different things to it, whatever feels good to you. And there are essential oils in here too. Let me just see if I can tell you what they are real fast because my brain doesn't hold all this information in it. Yes. Okay, so in addition to the antioxidant ingredients of plum, aronia, cherry, blueberry, pomegranate juices and extracts, it has, let's see, the essential oils of lemon, orange, yuzu, tangerine. It's yummy. It's just so yummy. So that's one of my favorites. I do that every day, and I have been doing it every day for I can't even begin to tell you how long. Okay, other essential oils that are wonderful for the physical. I love frankincense, and I shared that with you before. I like the sacred frankincense, but there's also the regular frankincense, which I didn't pull out, which they're both very wonderful. And one of the beautiful things from an energetic perspective about essential oils is they really raise your vibration. So if you like to have that cup of coffee in the morning, know that your vibration drops a significant amount from the coffee. And it takes a few days for your body to naturally, if you didn't drink anymore, for your vibration to come back up again. Breathing essential oils, ingesting them, it brings your vibration energetically right back up again. So there's so many amazing benefits to incorporating essential oils into your day-to-day life. And anything that increases your frequency or your overall energetic balance supports all of your body systems, including your immune system. All right, let me see. All right, so citruses. I love diffusing citruses. Citrus fresh is fabulous. Let me see my little notes here for that. This is a combination of a lot of different single citruses. Okay, so it has orange, tangerine, see if you can see that, grapefruit, lemon, and mandarin, a little hint of spearmint. So this is called an essential oil blend, for those of you unfamiliar, where they combine a grouping of single essential oils to create a blend with a therapeutic benefit. Citruses are wonderful for promoting balance in our emotions. They're happy oils. They create kind of like an uplifting that they make us feel happy. You know, if you can think about what the smell of peeling a navel orange, doesn't that smell really good? And it for some reason, I think that's why they make children's medicines orange in color. They're happy, it's a happy color, they're happy oils. So they help to boost ourselves, which is really nice. Okay, but all of these oils and products that I'm mentioning today, in one way or another, also help to boost the immune system. So I want to share that with you. Okay, we talked about the Alkaline. ImmuPro is another nutritional supplement that I wanted to talk about. And remember we talked about making our system more alkaline? I also like multigreens. This is one, whoop, there we go. Multigreens is a nutritional supplement that I take every day. It has lots of different greens in it. Remember that alkaline versus acidity? Pretty much any food that you eat that's green will be promoting alkalinity in the body in a healthy, balanced way. Lemons and limes, although we think of them as being acidic, they turn alkaline in the body. So you can put them in your water or add them to your food, put them in your smoothie, and that's one of the reasons why these oils are in a lot of these products. ImmuPro is It's a chewable tablet. These really boost the immune system. So if you're feeling like you're coming down with something, or you want to just be proactive during the most active times of the cold and flu season, this is a wonderful addition to your day-to-day health program. And Super C is another really wonderful one. Our bodies don't produce vitamin C. So Super C is a wonderful nutritional supplement to help support the tissue that connects our tissues, which is important. And it has a direct effect on our immune system in a lot of different ways. The other important, and I have it in the refrigerator, so I'm not going to bring it out, is the concept of probiotics. Probiotics are really important. They help to create a healthy intestinal system. There are so many wonderful ones on the market, and Young Living has one called Life 9. I highly recommend that you incorporate that into your day-to-day health program. It is very wonderful. Let me see what else I got here that I want to share with you that supports the immune system on the physical level. We talked a little bit about the Thieves oil. I want to just share with you that the Thieves Blend has in it the single oils of clove, which is one of the most antioxidant benefiting essential oils on the planet. And it comes from the flower, from the bud, which is just so potent. And there are not a lot of companies that will distill the plant from that place in the way that Young Living does. It's much more costly, it's much more time involved, but the benefit is truly worth the little bit more money that it costs. So clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary. Thieves is in a whole line of products. The Thieves mouthwash, the toothpastes, there's a Thieves foaming hand soap, Thieves laundry detergent, a Thieves spray, you name it. There are so many different Thieves products, and they're all Thieves essential oil blend infused, because they have this wonderful benefit of promoting a healthy immune system. And Inner Defense is one of those nutritional supplements. There you go. Oop. Okay, Inner Defense is a capsule that really does a nice job of addressing any imbalance in the system that's pushing the immune system down. It really supports us in rebuilding it in a nice way. So it supports it in a nice health and wellness in a balanced way. There are directions on it. I highly recommend, because it is so potent, because it has the Thieves Blend in it plus other oils, that you take it with food. Because some people that have sensitive stomachs, it can be a little irritating, so you want to take that with food. All right, let me see what else I want to share with you, because I know that we are just about up with our time. Emotions. Every time we are in this space of not being in emotions that feel good, a lot of people judge them as negative emotions. From an energetic perspective, energy isn't good, bad, right, wrong. It just has different frequencies, and the different frequencies evoke different feelings, especially when we think of it in terms of emotions. And so any of the emotions that we judge as not good, negative, they're really because they're a low frequency and they're dense, and they evoke a feeling of heaviness, right? So all of the emotions that are part of that constellation of depression, anxiety, fear, whatever it is, they don't feel good because they're really dense and heavy, right? So essential oils, because when we breathe them, apply them topically, drink them, but mostly when we breathe them, they directly affect the part of the brain that processes our emotions. And so when we breathe an essential oil, it helps to not only raise our frequency, but it elevates our emotional state, promoting a lot of wonderful balance there. So when our emotions are more balanced, so is our immune system. Everything is so interrelated. These bodies sometimes seem so magical to me, but because it's almost as if we have everything that we need, right? But what we do in our day-to-day lives puts it out of balance. And our bodies, it takes a lot to get us out of balance because there's so many checks and balances to create homeostasis within the body, especially on a cellular level. So if you start getting symptoms that you're out of balance, it didn't just happen. It's a process that's been probably going on for a while. So when you go to consider a program of health and wellness, you want to be consistent with it and think about all these different holistic parts of who you are when you plan for it. And I'm happy to help you with that if you would like. So what are some oils that help to balance ourselves emotionally? Valor is one of my favorites. I find that it's a really low frequency blend. It works well in the body, but it also helps to really address those low frequency emotions that make us feel heavy. And it brings into a nice state of balance our emotions. Joy, my favorite. Put it on the heart or rose oil. They so lift us up and make us happy. They open up that energy center called the heart center. And this is the place where our love emanates from and where it comes into. Anything that makes us happy brings our immune system into more balance. So think about how balanced you are with your emotions and take some time to think about how you want to address that to bring yourself into more balance. And if you need help, let us know. All right, Harmony is another great blend for bringing the body into harmonic balance and our emotions. It works on many different levels. So when our thoughts, along with those emotions, are not really supporting us in being fabulously happy and balanced, right? So I like to think of anything that helps me to stay focused and present so that I can then make a conscious choice about how I am being in my relationship with myself is an oil that I want to use on a daily basis. So Clarity is a great blend that helps to bring me right into the present moment, along with the blend Present Time. Those are two really fabulous blends that help me to stay focused, either to a task, you know, the task at hand, whatever it is that I'm doing, or if I'm working on a project and I want to just gather my thoughts. We have a blend called Gathering. Helps to gather our thoughts, gather our resources. There's so many wonderful blends. We're not going to get into all of them today. Clearly not. Okay? And those are two that I can think of, or a few that I can think of for bringing our thought processes into more balance, which also supports a healthy immune system. And for spiritual connectedness, whether you like to meditate, do yoga, meditations in motion like Qigong or Tai Chi, or you do prayerfulness. You like to sit and do prayers, a novena, whatever works for you to help you connect to that which you see as your source or you believe is your source. Frankincense to me is my first go-to. But there's so many other oils, but for today, we're just gonna limit it to frankincense. All right, let me look at my oils that I put here in my products and see if I mentioned everything that I want to. I'm looking around, and I think that's everything. All right, anybody have any questions? All right, let me scroll through this real fast and see if anyone has any questions. Good morning, Fran. Good morning, Graciela. All right, good morning again, Carol. Good morning, Angela. Blessings back to you. Fran, yes, I like that app also. Good morning, Christine. All right, Fran is saying frankincense is her favorite too. Which one do you prefer, the sacred frankincense or the other one? All right, and Angela's question is, can you tell me where do I get lemon oil? They say that it will help me with one of your disease processes. Okay, lemon oil is able to be purchased through Young Living Essential Oils. We can talk about that privately if you would like. You can purchase through Young Living either as a retail customer or as a distributor. And as a distributor, we benefit by purchasing at 24% below wholesale, which I think is an amazing savings. Lemon oil, thank goodness, Angela, is a relatively inexpensive oil because citrus is so plentiful. You'll find that the more expensive the oil, the more plant product it takes in order to glean the oil from it. So where there is a plant that is plentiful and available, it's usually much less expensive. So I'm happy to talk to you about that if you would like. All right, so, all right, if there aren't any other questions, and you can post them anytime during the day for anyone listening to the recording. I'm going to check in later today because I've got a really crazy day, but I'll keep checking in and respond as the day goes on and over the next couple of days. Whoever invited you to this Facebook Live broadcast, please, if you're not already a Young Living distributor, go back to that person and ask them how you can make your purchase if that's something you would like to do. Because I know that we're from a lot of different organizations that are in this Facebook group. So we like to really respect and honor everybody else's organizations. If you don't have someone that you're connected to, I am happy to serve you. I have a wealth of information. We love to share. Pretty much anybody that loves Young Living and loves the oils, we love to share. So we're grateful for the opportunity. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say here. There isn't. So happy immune system and have a really fabulous rest of your day, okay? Much love. My heart to yours. Bye now.